I think that Kindred is a much more mature record sonically and lyrically in terms of how it stacks up against all the other Passion Pit records. To me, each record fits, really well in regards to when it was made and how it was made at that time. And it shows kind of the way I've matured as a songwriter and producer. So yes, I think Kindred kind of is the culmination of all of that. Really efficient, kind of cut to the chase, weird pop stuff. I feel like I kind of cut out a lot of the maximalist stuff or made the maximalist stuff a lot less fatiguing. I was actually in a really good spot, for the entire record, emotionally. I had a lot of fun making it, which I think kind of comes across in the music. Though everyone's always like, Passion is back with their sunny sounding records and da-da-da, and I don't know. That's just kind of what Passion Pit sounds like, but this record feels a lot more, not just hopeful, but I'm actually trying to do the things that I'm saying I want to do, I'm actually attempting, as opposed to just talking about them like I was on Gossamer. It's a very hopeful, positive record in that respect. I think Looks Like Rain is kind of one of my favorites. I love the whole record, actually. I legitimately, really am proud of it. And I think, I was really scared of certain things on Gossamer and certain things on Manners, but I'm pretty much kind of happy with every aspect of Kindred. It is what it is, and people are either going to accept it or not, and I love that. He just shot me an email and was like, hey, I really like your stuff. Would you be interested? I know you don't really do this often or whatever, and it was we weren't sure, and I was like, yeah, just send me the track. And I didn't know what it was going to sound like, but it was awesome. It's pretty much exactly what you heard. And I just did my whole vocal thing. I did it in about a day or two. And I sent it back to him, and that was it. They're not videos. They're just like things to watch while you stream the song online. The story will play out visually, I think, as the campaign kind of goes along. We don't want to reveal too much. This has been a very long and arduous artwork setup because we've had these ideas for so long, and we want to just be really careful. And we're letting people kind of jump to conclusions and talk about things that are inaccurate, really, but they're not really inaccurate. They can be whatever, can be whatever you want it to be. But as we progress and things kind of move along, we're going to start rolling out the entire artwork, the whole book essentially, and it tells a very, very large story. I like Ray Shrimmered. Those guys are awesome. No Flex Zone. I like Nate Roos a lot. He's such a good top liner. A lot of the stuff I've been listening to has been kind of electronic stuff out of Europe and Scandinavia. I go through phases, but always it's for me it's Tom Waits and Randy Newman that I just go back to and just constantly try to rip off. Honestly, again, it's a really insular world, so I just kind of try to shut off everything, and again, I go to those guys or jazz standards and stuff, the really formulaic world, and then I impose that on all the weird electronic production I'm doing. So there's always an imbalance in terms of where the influences are coming from. And then you put out into the world and it's well, that sounds like this and this and this, and these artists that are doing these things. I don't know who they are, half the time. But they're all good, There's so many good artists killing it right now, but when I'm in the studio, I'm just pretty much I shut off everyone and everything. Yeah, yeah. Mostly J-pop stuff, that's the one thing I can think of.